major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Mugai, Efrata building, 2nd floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This plot project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Kapiti station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Mugai, Efrata building, 2nd floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This plot project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Kapiti station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just...
Good morning, wherever you are. Ni ndani ya Top Prime Media. Umekuwa ukiwa nami another good morning ambayo tumeweza kuamka kuja mala hapa tuweze kujua ni magani ambayo yameweza kutendeka nchini mwetu. Ikiwa ni kumalizia ka wiki, tunasema kwamba thank you so much for your support since from Monday to Friday this on morning breakfast show. Umekuwa nasi, umekuwa unatusupport sana. That's very incredible. Acha tuseme Mungu awabariki sana, maana hatuna lingine la kuwapa. Ni good morning ambayo Mungu ametupa, ana interactive Friday tukiwa mara hapa ndani ya Top Prime Media, the hub of authentic vibes. Na nilikwambia kwamba lazima tuweze kujua ni magani ambayo yanatutendekea, ni magani ambayo yanatuhusu, na ni magani ambayo yako mbele yetu. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema karibu ndani ya Top Prime Media sana. Ikiwa ni imefika tarehe 15 jameni. Time is running very quickly. Saa zinaenda mbio sana. Na tunasema kwamba karibu ndani ya Top Prime Media, ukiwa nami John Mwadaona, na tunasema kwamba welcome. Na tujiulize maswali kadha wa kadha. Tunajiuliza kwamba tulikuwa na resolutions mwaka ukianza, umefikia wapi kufika hapa? Ndani ya Top Prime Media leo asubuhi na kuuliza kwamba tulikuanga na resolutions tukianza mwaka, kwa sasa zimefikia wapi? Tunauliza ya kwamba tulikuanga na resolutions tukianza mwaka wa 2025, lakini swali kuu ni je, umefikia wapi katika resolutions zako? Ndani ya Top Prime Media ikiwa ni interactive Friday, tunasema welcome and good morning. Je, ujambo na uko salama mahali pote ulipo? Ni magani ambayo yametendeka kwenu, na ni magani ambayo yameweza kutokea huko kwenu? Tuna Devolution conference yenye day 2 ilikuwa hapo jana, na Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga aliweza kuzungumza pale, na mengi ambayo yametendeka kwenye social media. Tumeona Rigathi Gachagua, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the former deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, bado amesema kwamba atarejea nchini tarehe 21 mwezi wa 8, hapo ni Alhamisi. Na alisema kwamba atatua Kenya saa 6 za mchana. Hayo ni mambo ambayo yameweza kutendeka hapo jana, ni mambo ambayo yameweza kuzua mgoro kwenye social media yakaleta maybe ladha pia kwenye social media. Ni mambo mageni ambayo pia yameweza kutendeka ni katika usemi wa Mukrumen na mambo mengine ambayo yameweza pia kufanyika pale social media. Tutakuwa tunaangazia hapa kwenye Top Prime Media Morning Breakfast Show ukiwa nami John Mwadao. Nilikwambia kwamba John Mwadao ni kijana mwana anajua kwamba mgangana upo wali mkavu, mtaka cha mvunguni ni shati ainame. Ukitaka kile unachokitaka maisha kinachokumfanikisha maishani lazima ungangane. Ukitaka chenye kinakufanikisha kwenye siku za kesho lazima ufanye juu chini ili uweze kukipata. Na bila shaka good morning au was your night. Na je, umeamka? Na kama umeamka, asubuhi yako iko vipi? Bila shaka nilikwambia ukisikia sauti yangu jua kwamba Mungu ameninemesha. Ukisikia sauti yangu jua kwamba Mungu amenipa siku njema. Ukisikia sauti yangu jua kwamba Mungu amenipa siku mpya. Bila kutazama majaribu unalopitia, ndugu yangu, dada yangu, mama yangu, baba yangu, bila shaka piga goti, mshukuru Mungu. Inuka na utambae. Inuka na hatimaye utasambaa. Kuteleza sio kuanguka. Inuka, ipo siku utang'aa. Good morning and Jambo Kenya. Good morning watu wa Western, mko vipi? Mmeamka? Na good morning watu wa Central, mko vipi? Mmeamka? Na kama umeamka jameni, asubuhi yenu iko vipi? A good morning Friday to watu wa Southeastern. Good morning on a Friday watu wa Eastern, mko vipi jameni? Tumewamiss kwenye show yetu. This is the Top Prime Media, the app of authentic vibes. Unaweza kutembelea kwenye tovuti www.topramedia.co.ke ama uweze kutembelea kwenye mitandao yetu ya kijamii, uweze kuinteract nasi pale kwenye Facebook, uweze kuinteract nasi pale YouTube, X na pia kwenye TikTok na pia Instagram at Top Prime Media kwa habari na burudani. Na kuambia kwamba hii ni kitovu cha mitetemo halisi. Kama hujasikia kwenye Top Prime Media, jua ya kwamba hujasikia kwa kishindo. Kama hujasikia kwenye Top Prime Media, jua ya kwamba hujasikia kwa kishindo ndani ya Top Prime Media. Good morning Friday. Tutakuwa na show mkali papa tunapomalizia wiki na kusema goodbye to this week. Goodbye to the first half of August. Na muda unazidi kuyoyoma, mambo ni mengi na mambo wakati wanasemanga wakati ndio haupo. Mambo mengi yameweza kutendeka na tunasema kwamba karibu ndani ya Top Prime Media. Tuweze kuangalia ambayo ni magani ambayo yameweza kuwekwa kwenye magazeti yetu. Tuangalie pia ni magani ambayo yameweza kutendeka na tuyazungumzie kwa kina ambayo yameweza tendeka pale ndani ya Top Prime Media, ikiwa ni lifestyle ama interactive Friday. Nazungumzia mambo na lifestyle na tunauliza, je, ni vizuri kuweka uhusiano wako na mtu mwingine kwenye social media? Na mimi namaanisha kwamba ni vizuri kuweka love issues ama your love burdens, mambo mazuri ya na mapenzi kwenye social media. Tunaona many couples wanaweka pale kwa social media ndani ya Interactive Friday, na ikiwa ni lifestyle na jinsi tunavyoishi na tuna interact na teknolojia. Tunauliza kwamba ni vizuri kuweka mapenzi pale kwenye social media? Ni vizuri mtu fulani ajue ya kwamba unapendana na huyu na mambo ambayo maybe mnafanya pamoja ni mazuri ama ni mabaya. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Top Prime Media Interactive Friday tutakuwa na hilo gumzo baada ya kuchambuzwa magazeti na tutaendelea kuinuka pamoja. Nilikwambia kwamba kijana ni kuamka asubuhi, majenzi tuamke asubuhi twende kazini, tuamke asubuhi twende tukapambane. Hapo juzi tuliweza kuona usemi, ni hapo jana niliweza kuona usemi wa rais akiwa kwenye Devolution conference. Alisema ya kwamba usitarajie kazi ije nyumbani. Kijana, amka asubuhi, go and look for that job. Enda ungangane kama wale wengine ili uweze kupata kazi. Na hapa ndipo alikuwa amesema ya kwamba ataweza, yeye mpango wake ni kuwapa vijana kazi. Tukaona pia Moses Zangola akasema kwamba the motorbikes it's very young, ambazo zilikuwa zimeletwa pale State House ndani Jumamosi ambayo the Gen waliweza kutembelea ama wanarika waliweza kutembea Ikulu, walisema ya kwamba zimerudishwa ili zienda zikaandikishwe. Ni mambo ambayo yametendeka na ni mambo ambayo yapo pale kwenye social media na mambo ambayo yanaulizwa, je, huu ni ukweli? Na tunangoja tuone ni yapi ambayo yataweza kutendwa kwa vijana na serikali kuu, na tuone ni magani ambayo yamewapangia vijana kwenye uongozi wao. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema ya kwamba welcome, na mikono yote miwili tunakukaribisha ili tuweze kutembea na tusafiri pamoja kwenye hii shua la utangazaji na kujuza ambaye ameweza kutendeka nchini. Ndani ya Top Prime Media ni John Mwadau, na nakwambia kwamba ni kijana ambaye nilikwambia na lazima nikumbushe ile ya kwamba mganga na upo hali wale mkavu, mtaka cha mvungoni ni shati ya iname. Lazima tujikaze, lazima tungangane, lazima tuende unyo, lazima tuende nguu moja nguu pili ili tuweze kufikia the bright future pamoja. Na nilikwambia kwamba lazima tuifikie. Maisha ni kusapotiana, ukiwa na mpenzi wako ni kusapotiana, kila mahali ni ukiwa na rafiki yako ambaye akona shughuli, support yeye, maana ujue kesho iko vipi. Kwa hivyo ukimsupport kesho pia yeye anaweza kukusupport. Ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema kwamba thank you for tuning in, thank you for being with us, thank you for your support. Na tunasema kwamba keep supporting us as we support you by bringing what is on the board in politics, in education, in business, and also in all the transport sector and all other sectors. Tuweze kujua ni magani ambayo yameweza na tujue ni what is the next step baada ya ile. Ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema kwamba the hub of authentic vibes tupo hapa ndani juu yako. This is for you, this is you, and this is what it will affect you. Chenye tunakupa ni ambacho kitaweza kuaffect negatively ama positively. Ni wewe ujiulize, nitachukua gani, nitaacha gani. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Top Prime Media we are going for a short commercial break, then tutarudi na mengi zaidi. Karibu tena. Kabla hatujaweza kuchambua magazeti yetu, tujue ni magani ambayo kwenye print media wameweza kuchapisha leo, siku ya leo ikiwa ni tarehe 15 mwezi wa 8. Samahani, mwezi wa 8. Mwezi wa 5 kuna nini kilitendeka kwangu jameni? Ni mwezi wa 8, mwaka ni huo ambao tunasema kwamba we are just 4 months na tuseme goodbye to 2025. Ni wewe ujue ni magani ambayo umeweza kuyatenda na ni magani ambayo umeweza kufanikisha, ambayo uliweza kumewapangia mwaka ukianza. Na ndani ya Top Prime Media leo, ndani ya uchambuzi wa magazeti, tuko na gazeti ya Standard, tuko na gazeti ya Taifa Leo, tuko na gazeti ya The People's Daily, tuko na gazeti ya Daily Nation, tuko na gazeti ya The Star. Ndani ya Top Prime Media, kabla tujaingia kwenye uchambuzi wa magazeti, sijui uliweza kuona video moja ambayo iliweza kuleta tafaruku kwenye, sijui ni tafaruku ama tuweze kusema iliweza kuleta ule mgogoro kwenye social media, ambalo ilifanywa video yenyewe ilifanywa na mmoja wa waigizaji ama content creators ambao walikuanga anaitwa Flangom, ama wengi wanamjua kama Mama Otiz, ambapo alikuwa analeta short clips. Niweza kuangalia interview yake kwenye one of the shows aliweza kuitwa, na kuna hii video alikuwa amefanya kuhusu watu ambao wanaitwa watu wa forex. Na ni mama ambayo aliweza kutendeka pale, akasema ya kwamba mimi sikuwa nalenga mmoja wa watu ambao wanafanya forex. Walisema ya kwamba yes, forex ni ukweli, kuna wao ambao wanafanikiwa kupitia forex, lakini kuna wengine wanajificha ndani ya forex na kusema kwamba nafanya forex, lakini kuna mambo ambayo wanayatenda pale kwenye kujificha kwa na kusema unafanya forex. Ni mambo ambayo yanatendeka, na ukitazama mimi kwa my opinion wanasema kwamba kuna ukweli ndani yake. Kuna ukweli ndani yake. Ukipenda unaweza enda pale YouTube uangalie ako ka video ama ako ka clip. Ukienda pia TikTok utakapata. Na nika video ambao kaliweza kutoa mgogoro sana. Watu wameweza kupinga kama Kenyan Prince amekuja pale akajitetea sana na akasema kwamba ndani ile interview aliweza kufanyiwa na Gavin, alisema ya kwamba ukiona watu wanazungumzia sana je kwamba inawauma na inawa affect. Maybe umeguza tulikuwa nasema guza mrima, lakini ukiona inazungumziwa sana je ya kwamba imeweza kuguza watu wengi, na kuna information ambayo ilikuwa sensitive sana pale imeweza kuwaguza. Kwa hivyo ni mambo ambayo yanafanyika, na jambo ambalo lilienda akajiuliza mbona nilifanya, because alisema kwamba tunakuja kuongelea about mapenzi na social media, is it good kuiweka pale. Na ndani hapo alisema kuna clip aliweza kuifanya, video nyingine aliweza kufanya ambayo haikuleta mgogoro. Alifanya kuhusu the online couples and the YouTube couples, na hakuna mtu mmoja aliweza maana alifanya na hakuna mmoja kapata views, and hakuna mmoja aliweza kuiongelea mbaya. Lakini hii forex iliwauma sana. Nasema kwamba huu ni Kenyan Prince. Acha udaku hapa nikupe kidogo kabla tuingie kwenye magazeti. Najua kwamba lazima tuingie kwenye magazeti. Kabla tuingie kwenye magazeti lazima tuingie kwa tumechangamka, maana hatujui ni magani ambayo tunaweza kuyakumbana na yao pale. Alisema kwamba Flango anaenda anachukua gari na ni si ati anajukua anaenda anajukua gari ya 600k anapatia ex girlfriend. Mimi hata naweza ambia Karanta sai akuje nimubaie Audi juu alinyang'anywa badala ya kudanganywa alinyang'anywa gari ya 600k forex trader cool kid response to Frango after a viral skitlinging forex traders to sim2. Kwa hivyo ukiangalia pale utaweza kuona ameweza kuunganisha maneno maybe moja ya sim2, na pia wakaweza kuangalia pale akaweka pia maneno ya forex training pale, msamiati very very brilliant. Ni mambo ambayo tunayangalia tunayacheka sisi, na wale zinawauma hizi habari. Kisha maybe ukiona nilisema kwamba truth is not defended, na sio mimi nilisema hayo, lakini nakumbusha kwamba truth is not defended, the only lies are defended. Kwa hivyo ukiona yanazungumziwa sana, mimi sijataja mtu jameni, lakini ukiona yakizungumziwa sana ama ukiona yakiwauma sana, jua kuna ukweli ndani yake, ndani ya uchambuzi wa magazeti. Na John Mwadon nimekuambia kwamba niko na gazeti ya The Standard, niko na gazeti ya Taifa Leo, niko na gazeti ya Daily Nation, People's Daily. Tutaweza kuangazia ni magani ambayo, na pia The Star niko nayo hapa mikononi mwangu. Tutaweza kuangazia ni magani ambayo yameweza kuchapishwa kwenye kwenye gazeti siku ya leo. Tukianza na gazeti The Standard, hasa nikusomea ambayo yenye kwenye Standard. Ridiculous display. Wanasema ya kwamba millions sunk into a glittering jamboree of convoys, luxury autos and joyriders. The Homa Bay Devolution Conference has exposed a grotesque pregnant of waste. Governors up to 100, yet county stands bare. Bugoma's display was governor's chair and unpacked funds. Kisumu offered biscuits and books. Siaya bought 4 pieces of dried fish from a private trade as Barigo display a few tins of honey and pallets. Taxpayers picked up the tabs as the leaders reviewed the success of the meeting. Now, pale utaona mambo kadha, picha kadha. wakiwa kwenye Devolution conference viongozi, na wanasema kwamba there is a good display yenye iliweza kuonekana pale, lakini it is a ridiculous display, maana wanazungumzia jinsi Baringo wameweza kuyafanya, na pia wanaangazia ambayo county zingine wameweza kuyafanya. Lakini tukikuja kwenye Machakos County, mambo ambayo yako pale ni mambo ambayo hayapendezi kabisa kwenye level 5 hospital. Hayo ndio taarifa kuu kwenye gazeti ya The Standard. Kwa hivyo ndani ya gazeti ya Standard ndio yako kwenye kichwa kikuu. Tunaangazia kwenye People's Daily, tunauliza kwamba wanasema kwamba IDs Ruto's hidden card in border areas. Wanasema kwamba political observers believe president is betting that dismantling old guarantees can deliver equality and square on electronic age in 2027 election. Page 4 wanasema kwamba kumbuka walisema IBC waliweza kutoa, walikuwa na ule wanataka kusema they want to use IDs in the general elections more than kuliko the voters card, na ni mambo ambayo yameweza kuleta mgogoro pale kwenye social media, mambo ambayo yameweza kuleta kuchanganyikiwa hapa, maana kama huna ID itabidi ya kwamba mambo ni moto sana pale. Kwa hivyo wanasema kwamba hayo ndio yako kwenye gazeti ya The People's Daily. Hizo ndizo taarifa kuu, ukizipenda sana ni ukurasa wa 4 kwenye People's Daily. Na pia wanasema kwamba kuna mengine, unaona picha ya Raila Molodinga pale na viongozi wengine kwenye Devolution conference. Wanasema kwamba 12 counties on the spot over 230 million impressed. Kwa hivyo kuna pesa ambazo zimeweza kutumika vibaya pale kwenye counties, na wanasema kwamba there are 12 counties ambazo zimeweza kuwa kwenye nikiweza kusomea ambayo hizo counties. Wanasema kwamba kuna Homa Bay, kuna Viga, kuna hizi ni ODM. Raila Amolo Odinga akiwa amehudhuria kwenye Devolution conference, na hapo jana aliweza kusema, kuna useme aliweza kusema pale jana, akasema ya kwamba when you see the media exposing corruption, ujua ya kwamba wamelipwa. Lakini kabla hatujaingia kwenye gazeti lingine, haya ni mama ambayo yananiuma sana mimi kama mwanahabari. Kwa nini yananiuma? Kwa hivi, mbona aseme hivyo? Why should we buy the truth? Kwa nini sisi tuende pale tuseme kwamba hii ni habari, lakini juu ni habari baya tumetulipo ili tuweze kuileta? Hatutaki, kwani country yetu mazuri. We must, for example, I personally I cannot be paid to just maybe kanyagia corruption ama niweze kulipwa ili niweze kuexpose. I do what is right, and I believe that what is right and what is right is to expose it, because if we do not expose it, then who will it? Because we are the fourth estate, na ndipo pale tunalinga the audience and the government. Kwa hivyo lazima through the government, through the media, they will know what is going in the government and what is not going in the government. They will know who is in the government and who has left the government. Kwa hivyo ni mambo ambayo sisi we are there to link the audience or to link the citizens with the government. And if we do not do that, then who will do it? Because ama tukae ile tunyamazie na kisha baadaye ije kutukula. Hata niseme ya kwamba mimi kama mwana habari ni maneno ambayo hayakuleta furaha kwangu, hayakuleta furaha aswa kwangu. Kwa nini? Maana siwezi ona ukweli ndani yake. Because for example, tukuje hapa, yes, Machakos level 5 hospital ambayo ni taarifa ambayo imeweza kutoa imeleta taharuke kwenye social media. Maana tuweze tunyamazie basi. Tuseme this is it means that because if there is money towards the development of our hospitals yao imeenda wapi? Kwa hivyo tunyamazia yale, ama tuweze na wananchi waweze kusaidika, ama tuyanyamazie, ama tu expose tuweze kujua ni gani ambalo tunaweza kulifanyia kwenye level 5 hospital. Ni mambo ambayo yameweza kutoa taharuki. Samani. Ni mambo ambayo wameweza kutoa taharuki pale kwenye social media. Kwa nini tufanye hili jameni? So that tunyamazie ili mambo mengine yaweze kuendelea vibaya. Ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema kwamba ndani ya uchambuzi wa magazeti tunasema kwamba we are going to give the truth, we are going to expose what is good even to the people of Kenya. Now, Daily Nation, Mr. President, expose the corrupt MPs. Anasema kwamba President William Ruto warning to bribe taking lawmakers has sparked controversies with the MPs cossetting the house, and it become a den of graft and others fighting back. Leaders now want the president to name the shame and shame the rogues. Ni kwenye ukurasa wa 4 na 5 kwenye People's Daily. Ni kwenye Devolution Conference Day 1. President aliweza kusema nini? Wewe speaker, pale kwenye parliament kuna ma MPs ambao wanahitaji kitu kidogo ili waweze kufika pale maybe na waweze kueneza mambo mabaya. Corrupt people, na sasa watu MPs wanasema kwamba let him share that those maybe the corrupt MPs ambao ni the lawmakers. Kumbuka kwamba in Kenya parliament is make the laws and they make the bills, and finally we there is the public participation and all that. Now it becomes a law, and even the budget simnaonaga venye inafanyikanga. Kwa hivyo wamemwambia kwamba toa au wenye unasema ni corrupt waseme kwa majina tuweze kujua tutawafanyia vipi, na tuweze kujua ni magani ambayo tutaweza kuyafanya. Na hayo ndio kwenye gazeti ya The Daily Nation. Ukipenda habari zingine ni Raila backs governors to snub senator. Ukiweza kuiangazia pale wanasema kwamba ODM leader Raila Odinga has told senators they have no legal mandate to terminate governors or answer to audit queries. Wanasema kwamba wana ruhusa wa kuwajibu MPs, na maana hao ni senators walikuwa wanasema kwamba they want to see them, na ndipo they want to know who is doing this and nani ako corrupt. Na lakini Raila ameombea kwamba they have no legal authority or mandate to ask the governors all those questions. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Daily Nation hayo ndo yako pale kwenye Daily Nation. Kuna mengine ambayo yanasema kwamba why maths and science teachers have better chances for 24,000 TZ vacancies. Kumbuka hapo Wizara ya Elimu kupitia TSA waliweza kuannounce some of the vacancies pale kwenye teaching practices and also job, na wakasema kwamba walimu ambao wamefanya sibati na pia sciences ikiwa ni the 3 sciences and all that, anasema kwamba wapo kwenye lengo kuu, ama wako kwenye nafasi kuu ya kupata hizi kazi ambazo ziliweza kuanauziwa. Na Ruto alisema kwamba lengo lake ni kwamba by January akuwe ameajiri 100,000 teachers. Hao ni mambo yaliweza kuyasema pale kwenye Devolution, and pia na akasema kwamba so far ni 24,000 wameweza kuajiriwa, na amesema kwamba by January 100,000 teachers will have jobs. Kwa hivyo tunangoja, letu jicho tunalituma tuangalie ni magani ambayo yataweza kutendeka. Na tuweze kusema kwamba nimeona watu wamezungumzia kurudi kwa Gachagua, leaders wamezungumzia, na kabla tujaingia kwenye gazeti ya Taifa leo ambayo maybe nitakuwa tu most of it ni repetition ambayo nimeweza kukusomea pale, tuacha tuiangazie ambayo yaliweza kutamka pale na jana, tukikombea the words of Mukrumen and other leaders towards the coming of Gachagua. Kwa hivyo wanasema kwamba Gachagua aliweza kusimama pale jana, si alikuwa tour pale US, akasema kwamba because of the by-elections and all that, I am the tour that was planned to be 2 months nimeweza kusimamisha kwanza, na lakini nitarejea. Akasema kwamba atarejea tena Januari mwaka unaokuja. There is a tour that will be also going, na akasema kwamba I will be coming to Kenya kupitia kwenye chama cha DCP leader, katibu mkuu. Akasema kwamba kanaweza nakuja 21st August, na akasema kwamba saa 6 atakuwa ametua, na hakika tumeweza kuenda tukaangalia ni magani ambayo yameweza kutendeka pale, ama ni magani ambayo yameweza kutendeka kwenye social media. Watu wanaizungumziaje kurudi kwa Gachagua? Tumeona pia maposta wakisema welcome Gachagua back to home. Wengine wanasema kwamba wataenda kumngoja pale. Kumekuwa pia na bunge za wananchi na hasa kwenye kaunti ya Kajiado wamesema kwamba watu ambao wanamuunga mkono wamesema kwamba karibu Kenya, tunakugoja. Wengine wanasema wanaenda kumgoja pale JKIA. Ni mambo ambayo maybe JKIA siku kutakuwa na roadblocks kwa sababu kutakuwa na msafara mwingi maybe ama mkubwa sana wa watu. Kwa hivyo watu wameweza kuichukulia. Kuna wenye ambao wanasema can you stay back to USA because during that moment tumekuwa na peace, tumekuwa na and all that calmness in the country. Wanasema kwamba na pia akasema kwamba acha nirudi niweze kukimbizana na the president of the Republic of Kenya. Akasema acha nirudi niweze kukimbizana na yeye towards the 2027 election. Kila mmoja anajituma. Jameni, tuko wapi? Tunajua ya kwamba wengi wanajua ya kwamba tumeambiwa tuzivote, lakini nani mtakaye mchagua kama mtachagua, ama wewe ndio utakayejichagua? Kwa hivyo ni mambo ambayo kila mmoja anajituma kwenye uajiri wa vijana, kwenye pia kushawishi vijana, maana most of the population of Kenya is the youth. Kwa hivyo kila mmoja kwenye harakati zake za kuwashawishi vijana, waambia kwamba I am the right person, I am the right person for being the president. And pia kwenye kwa Ruto nawaambia I am still the right person for the next 5 years after 2027. Kwa hivyo ni mambo ambayo yako pale, na watu wameweza kusema kwamba kuna wenye ambao wanapinga, wanasema kwamba usirudi. Mkurumena akasema kwamba we are not going to arrest Gachagua, lakini hapo awali alikuwa amesema kwamba nitaweza we are going to expect our DCI to arrest him immediately akifika kwenye, lakini akasema kwamba wakasema ya kwamba yeye hawata mshika, lakini hawatamtia baroni. Kwa nini? Yeye akuje na andikishe statement kwa maneno ambayo yanasemekana alisema ya kwamba kulikuanga na the support of maybe the president to the Al-Shabaab and other things ambazo allegations ambazo ameweza kuziweka pale, na that is what is happening and in the country, na mambo yanazidi kuchemka. Tunangoja tuone, letu jiji tunalituma, tunangoja tuone after kurudi ni magani ambayo yamtaweza kutendeka. Kwenye gazeti ya Taifa Leo, uchumba wa Ruto na Homa Bay, ni kwenye Devolution conference. Anasema kwamba katika miaka mitatu ambayo amekuwa mamlakani, Rais Ruto amezuru Homa Bay zaidi ya mara 9, hasa kwa ajili ya miradi ya kabambe ya maendeleo. Hata hivyo, ziara hizo pia zimezua mijadala mikali kuhusu siasa na uchaguzi wa mwaka wa 2027. Ukurasa wa pili anasema kwamba tangu aingie kwenye mamlaka ameweza kuleta maendeleo kwenye kaunti ya Homa Bay. Aliweza kuzuru pale, miradi kadha akaweza kuifanikisha, na there is a very big connection between maybe the leaders and the government of the leaders of Homa Bay and the government. Kwa hivyo Gachagua akatiza ziara yake ghafla. Juu ya the by elections, sio kwa mambo mengine ambayo maybe wanasema kwamba watu wanarudi kuja kusumbua the president. Anasema kwamba kwa kuwa kuna by election na angerudi aweze kupanga chama yake kama mwanzilishi wa chama. Kwenye ukurasa wa 3 habari zaidi ziko pale, na nimekwambia anatarajia kurejea mwezi anatarajia kurejea hapo Alhamisi wiki ijayo. Mengine ni majozi 25 waliokufa ajalini wakizikwa weekend. Kwa hivyo this Saturday nasema kwamba kuna ajali ambayo ilifanyika huko tukielekea side za Western. Nasema na wote walio au 25 walioweza kuwa wamekufa walikuwa wa familia moja. Pole kwa ndugu na jamaa. Mungu awarehemu, Mungu aweze kuwatuliza na kuwapanguza machozi yenu kwa huu wakati mgumu ambao mnaopitia. Tumekuwa na ajali mwingi mwezi wa 8 na hasa wiki ambayo iliweza kupita pale, na tunasema sorry for the family and friends, and mambo yote yatakuwa shwari, na ni habari ambazo zinavunja moyo sana. Hata kwa mazishi yao ama hafla yao ya mazishi itakuwa pale Jumamosi. Kwenye taifa leo, acha tuweze kutia kikomo papo hapo tukirejeani zaidi na kwenye gumzo la siku ya leo. Na kwenye gumzo la siku ya leo, Interactive Friday, tunauliza kwamba je, ni vizuri kuweka online so your love and love issues pale kwenye social media, ama wewe uko na nataka kupatiana maybe kuna watu ambao for example my wife has been trending and all there because ni social media life that one, and wamekuwa this is President Akai, and also that's a good example. Ni vizuri kuweka maybe love issue, mapenzi pale kwenye social media. Ni vizuri daily posting your person and all that. Ni mambo ambayo tutakuzungumzia kwenye lifestyle na utumizi wa ni utumizi wa teknolojia na mapenzi ama social media and love. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Top Prime Media tunaenda kuchukua short commercial break, tunarudi tena na tuweze kuangazia mambo kwa undani. Ni saa 2 za Afrika Mashariki, dakika 44 zimeweza kukatika.
Welcome to Lewis Enterprise Limited. Yes, my name is Lewis Somane, Director Lewis Enterprise Limited, and Lewis Enterprise Limited is a real estate company. Yes, Lewis comes from the word Lewis. Actually, what makes this company to grow is only one thing: the generosity of our business. That is, we do very genuine job. We deliver to our customers, and we make sure we sell to you genuine property. Because me myself, I'm a land surveyor, so before we buy land, I do all my due diligence. So we make sure we sell to you something which is genuine. Yeah, we buy a big land. We do subdivision to 50 by 100 plots. After that, we process the title deeds. They are in our names. Then when you come to our office, we take you to site visit. After site visit, if you are interested in that property, we give you a copy of the title deed. You take it to Kajiado. You do an official search. Then after that is when you come to our office, we do an argument. Or we go to your preferred lawyer. We do an argument pertaining to that particular plot. We go with the technology, and that is more about like the government of Kenya has introduced. You can do a search very easy when you go to land registry, and also to us we embrace for the technology. So when we are doing the market, for us to reach you, we are all over on social media, and also we do one-on-one marketing. The challenge which we normally face as land business company is to get that genuine land which will sell to you. So that is the most challenge. Once you are in Lewis, we have given a very smooth payment plan for your property. Once you do an agreement, you pay a deposit, which is 10%. Then balance, you pay within 12 months. And if you have failed to honor within that period, you can come on board, you discuss, and you extend your payment plan. Our vision is to make sure everybody who wants to invest will have a share of our land since 2017. So that is like 8 years. Yes. In this industry, if I was not a surveyor, I think things will not be as good as, because I face some challenges to some brokers. It's not a bad career, but it's a business. It's not.
Karibu tena ndani ya Top Prime Media, the hub of the vibes. Tumetoka uchambuzi tu wa magazeti hapo kidogo na tukaangazia ni mangani ambayo yameweza kuchapishwa pale. Na kabla tujaingia kwenye gumzo la siku, ni vizuri kuweka social media love and kwa social media and all that. Na maoni yako unaweza tuma kwenye unaweza interact nasi pale live Facebook, tuko pale YouTube pia kwenye Top Prime Media, ndani ya Top Prime Media the hub of the vibes, na tuweze kusikia ni magani ambayo yapo pale ndani ya Top Prime Media. Kabla tujaingia kwenye gumzo la siku, story moja hapa. Jamaa mmoja akasema ya kwamba mimi nitatafuta sugar mami, lakini kwa sasa analia kwa nini? Analia kwa sababu aliweza kulazimika kudandia roli moja ambayo ilikuwa inaelekea mashambani kurudi. Kwa nini? Katimuliwa mbio. Niliambia mchezo wa town tutawacha. Akaambiwa kwamba hakuna there's no fake in this life. Lazima nikuambie mimi ni nani. Akasema mmoja alilazimika kudandia roli la mzingo kurudi kwa mashambani baada ya kupokonywa mali na mama Sukari pale aliyekuwa akiishi naye hapa miaka kadhaa, na si ati ni mwaka mmoja, miaka kadhaa. Akalazimika akapokonywa kila kitu alikuwa ametafuta na yeye, na akaambiwa wewe una maana kabisa, nyumbani mara moja. Kwa mjibu wa mdokezo, jamaa huyo alijikatia tiketi ya mateso baada ya mama Sukari aliyekuwa akimhudumia kugundua kwamba alikuwa akicheza na vijana wa mtaa. Ajabu ni kwamba jamaa hakukuwa na kazi kwa miaka mingi alikuwa akitegemea mama Sukari wake kwa mahitaji yake yote. Hasira zilipopanda, mama huyo tajiri alimtimua bila hata kumpa nauli. Akamwambia, enda, sitaki kujua mahali utaenda kutesekea. Ukue chokora, mimi sitaki kujua. Wewe unaweza nicheza aje mimi wakati ninapo kugaramikia mahitaji yako yote nyumbani kabisa. Enda hapo kalishe. Hapo ni mama mmoja ambaye aliweza kutendeka pale. Na ni mama ambayo tunajiuliza, jameni, kwa nini tumeona mambo mengi ambayo yanatendeka. Wazee wanachukua wadogo, na pia wadogo wanachukua mapenzi. Kwani yanabadilika aje jameni? Mapenzi inazidi kubadilika kila kuchao. Unasikia utalala leo utasikia mmoja wa vijana wa miaka 20 alikuwa naekwa na mama wa miaka 70. Mambo ambayo sio maajabu na sio mageni sana kwenye siku ambazo tunazoishi kwenye the social media and technology, na pia ambapo maybe kila mtu anajaribu juu chini ili aweze kujitafutia. Kwa hivyo ni mambo ambayo yanatendeka pale ndani ya Top Prime Media. Swali kuu ni je, ni vizuri sasa kuweka mapenzi pale kwenye social media? Na these are the things that happen, na ni mambo ambayo yanatendeka sana. Unaona watu wameweka, I don't want to give examples because most of the examples mnazijua, na zinatendeka pale, na mmeweza kuziona. Mumeona waliokuwa kwenye mapenzi kwenye social media, they are posting themselves in the, mpaka unajiuliza kwani hao watu hawapitiangi shida? Niliweza kusikiza mmoja wa content creators akisema kwamba most of the time inakuanga fake. Hakuna kila siku mnakuanga tu shwari, mnapost tu pale tuko sawa and all that, na ni mama ambayo huleta kuchanganyikiwa, na inaleta ile pressure kwa watu wengine ambao pia wako kwenye mapenzi, ama ambao bado hawajaingia kwenye mapenzi. Zinaleta hizo taharuki, zinaleta, wanasema kwamba si utupe haya mambo jameni, ama wanasema la hasha, si utupe siri. Kwa nini kila siku mnafuraha, mnajipost, mnaenjoy, kila siku mko pala hapa mko pale? Ni mama ambayo hutendeka. Na je, ni vizuri kuweka haya kwenye social media? Na kulingana nami inategemea ni nini unaweka pale kwenye social media kuhusu mapenzi yako. Maana anasema kwamba wanapopostiwa wanafurahi sana, they feel valued, they feel yes, umemsurprise ukaweka pale kwa social media, wana feel valued, but is it every time that you are in a good condition, mko pale mnaenjoy kila siku? Hakuna maybe even kufika, maybe hakuna zile makasiriko, unajua kuna mood swings and all those things, na watu wanaweka pale kwenye social media. Maoni yangu ni kwamba inategemea ni nini ambacho unaweka pale kwenye social media. Kwenye gumza la siku tunasema kwamba kwenye Top Prime Media Interactive Friday tunasema kwamba inategemea chenye unaweka pale kwenye social media. Yes. Maybe umempost Juni's birthday yake, ama you are just in anniversary, inaruhusiwa. Naweka tick, mpost birthday yake, mpost kwenye anniversary, mpost, weka tick hapo nimeruhusu kulingana na mimi. Kumbuka haya ni maoni yangu. Ndani ya Top Prime Media Morning Breakfast Show tunasema kwamba kama yanatendeka haya wewe utakuja kumpost, basi mpost kwenye jambo ambalo ni la maana sana. Lakini kila asubuhi, good morning from my wife, good morning from my husband, good morning kutoka kwa kipenzi changu, good morning kutoka kwa hii familia. Nani anataka good morning zako jameni? Nani amekwambia tunataka kusalimiwa good morning zako kila asubuhi? Not every time. Sometimes tunasema good morning, good morning, good morning. It is just something ni salamu ambayo unasema we wish you a very good morning. Ni venye tu hatuwezi sitamuka. Sisi ni watu ambao tunahitaji tuna mambo mengi ya kufanya na tunahitaji haraka. I wish you a good morning. Inakuanga hivyo. Lakini kila siku unapotuishi ile good morning, mnaona tu most of the people they look for likes, wanapoenda pale they look for followings and all those things. Lakini siku wenye watakuja kukosana jameni, utaona juu tumekosana. Kuna mama ambayo watu hawakujua. Yes, tulikuwa tunaona tumunaekea na meno. Leta hatukuona mkekea na meno, leta meno ya. Hatukuona mkifanya nini, lakini kwa mjibu wako gari ambayo uko nayo ni yangu, leta. Unaachwa kwenye aibu ya social media, utarudi tena kweli jameni? Kwa hivyo ni mambo ambayo yanatendeka pale kwenye social media. Watu wanapostiana, lakini jambo moja na jambo ambalo ni la maana sana, ni lazima tutambue kwamba we are living a world of technology, where people they will know about you through the technology, where people will know about you, more about you even in social media. Lakini nataka kuambia na niimize kijana kwa mara hapa, ama anayenitazama, ama atakayetazama hizo, na muhimiza kwamba don't let social media pressure overtake. Kwa nini? Maana kwenye social media watu wapo pale, mtaona wameposti wakiwa kwenye gari, lakini maybe gari sio yao. Utaona wameposti wakiwa kwenye furaha, lakini pale wewe sisi tunaona tunaona mbinguni kwenye dunia, ama tunaona mbingu kwenye dunia, whichever the way I call. Lakini pale sisi tunasema I want to be like this couple. Man kidogo. Naam, sorry for that interruption. Lakini tunasema kwamba kuna wale ambao wanapost pale, sisi tunasema I want to be like this couple, it is doing fantastic. Lakini tukiingia pale usiku jamani, ama tukiingia kwenye inner doors, action movie pale inafanyika. Tunaingia pale kisha sisi hatujui haya ambayo yanatendeka. Lakini acha nikwambie, kuna watu ambao yes, there is a very genuine, this couple is doing very fantastic, lakini unapata ya kwamba sisi tunaishi kuadmire hawa watu, tunaishi kuadmire hizi vitu zote, lakini ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema kwamba zingine ni balaa. Tukienda kule ndani, zingine ni action movie, ni ile mmoja akona kisu, mwingine akona kikaangio, mwingine akona mti ya ku roll chapati. Ni action movie pale. Ukitizama pale, ukipelekea DJ Afro hata kuandalia vizuri. Hata kuiandalia vizuri pale. Ni mambo ambayo yanatendeka, ni mambo ambayo yanapia vijana pressure sana. Unaona vijana amenunua gari, hujui amenunua vipi, hujui kwamba kuna bei. Nimekusomea taarifa moja ambayo hapa amesema kwamba jamaa moja akaambiwa, "Kwera, unaenda na vijana vidogo mimi ambapo na kugharamia hayo mambo yote." Kwera wewe kabisa. Akulewa kupatiwa hadi fare. Kaambiwa, "Fuliza uende nyumbani." Mambo ambayo ni mambo ambayo yanatendeka pale. Kwa hivyo tunasema kwamba we are not for this, we should not allow this. Na mambo hayo ni mambo atufai sana kuyaangazia sana kwenye social media. Wewe sasa itabidi ucheze, mimi sitakupa advice, lakini cheza kivyako. Jua ni magani ambayo watu wanafaa kujua kuwahusu. Jua ni magani pia watu ambao wanafaa kuyajua kuhusu mambo ambayo yanatendeka. Habari ambazo tuko nazo hapa ni kwamba Gachagua arejea kuona upinzani uliotoweka mpumzi na serikali. Kiongozi wa chama cha DCP, Democratic for the Citizen Party, DCP, wanasema kwamba Rigathi Gachagua katiza ziara yake ambayo nilikuwa nimekusomea kwenye gazeti ya People's kwenye gazeti ya Taifa leo, na ni mambo ambayo yameweza kuleta kwenye saa 3. Habari ambazo zingine tuko nazo ni kwamba Rala wa Somalia Afrika Madera vita vikichacha Gideon. Kwa hivyo anasema ni wakazi ambao walikuwa wanakaa huko Rala, ukiwa ni huko Somalia, wamefurika huko Mandera ambapo vita zimeweza kuchacha huko Gideon, ama nyumbani kwao Gidwo ya. Ni mambo ambayo yako pale, na those au ni mambo ambayo part of what we have. Na kwenye habari ya siku ya leo, ikiwa imetimia ni saa 3 za asubuhi saa za Afrika Mashariki. Na mengine ni kwamba nataka kujuza kwamba Harambee Stars itakuwa inacheza papo Jumapili dhidi ya Zambia, na tunaiombea mafanikio mema, tunaiombea ushindi, na pia tunaomba tuna mengine kwamba ligi kuu Uingereza yarejea kwenye Radio Maisha. Watakuwa pia nimeweza kuona wameweza kusema listen to us, na wenye wako na ma-DSTV kubwa, angalieni hizi, jifurahisheni. We are men now back to what keeps them busy and what keeps them united, ambapo wanaendanga wanatoa stress na mambo kama hayo. Na ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema kwamba wewe shabikia timu yako, mimi niko na yangu, na najua ya kwamba tutashinda, hadi kama ni Man U wanasema pia watashinda. Bali mambo yamekuwa pia yakisema kwa miaka na mikaka. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema kwamba wewe jua ya kwamba njinzi ya kuweka kuposti pale kwenye social media saa 3 dakika 2 za Afrika Mashariki. Nasema kwamba jikazeni sana, na tujue kwamba ni magani ambayo yataweza kutendeka pale. Tukirejea ni dodo zaidi kwenye gumzo la siku. We're going for a short commercial break. We will be back na tutajua ya kufanya ndani ya Top Prime Media tukiendelea na gumzo la siku. Nimekuambia kwamba wewe jua chenye unafaa kufanya pale kwenye social media. Na kabla tujaenda for the short commercial break, na kukumbusha kwamba we as the Top Prime Media tunakuanga na good services pale, photography, live stream, na pia tunakuanga na videography. Ukipenda kubook for services, kuna nambari ambayo inakimbia pale kwenye screen yako. Unaweza tupata pale na tuweze kuyajua ni magani ambayo wewe unahitaji kutoka kwetu na tuweze kukusaidia. Kwa hivyo ni kwa bei nafuu ambayo kulingana na hafla ambayo utatuita kukuja kuihudumia. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Top Prime Media tunasema kwamba ukipenda kubuka wa services, funeral services, videography, photography and live stream, rural show, weddings, podcast, tuweze kutuma ujumbe wako kwenye email yetu ndani ya toprimedia@gmail.com, toprimedia@gmail.com. Ama pia unaweza piga nambari ya simu ambayo unaiona kwenye screen yako hapo ndani ya Top Prime Media tukiwa live. Kwa hivyo we are going for a short commercial break, na rudi na gumzo zaidi kuhusu
the objectives are okay with the realities, well and good. Lewa Enterprise Limited is a company which it's going far, not only in Kenya, but also we are looking forward to invest in other, like East Africa. Our employees are very much dedicated to what they are doing. They do their job as required by the company mandates. Yes. When they have a site visit at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we encourage you to come first, take you to site. After you choose your preferred property, then you negotiate from there. Hello everyone, my name is Lewis Mueni, Director Lewa Enterprise Limited. Lewa Enterprise Limited is a real estate company, and we are located in Kitengela, Mwingai Estate, a flat house, second floor. We have several projects which are located in Kitengela, that is Kajiado County, and we have like Ngurole Gardens, Kisanjo Gardens, Jerusalem Gardens, and many more. So I take this opportunity to welcome you to come and invest with us. Thank you. Welcome to Lewa Enterprise Limited. Yeah. Yes, my name is Lewis Mueni, Director Lewa Enterprise Limited, and Lewa Enterprise Limited is a real estate company. Yes, Lewa comes from the word Lewis. Actually, what makes this company to grow is only one thing: the genuinity of our business. That is, we do very genuine job. We deliver to our customers, and we make sure we sell to you genuine property, because me myself, I'm a land surveyor. So before we buy land, I do all my due diligence. So we make sure we sell to you something which is genuine. Yeah, we buy a big land. We do subdivision to 50 by 100 plots. After that, we process the title deeds. They are in our names. Then when you come to our office, we take you to site visit. After site visit, if you are interested in that property, we'll give you a copy of the title deed. You take it to Kajiado, you'll do an official search. Then after that is when you come to our office, we'll do an argument. Or we'll go to your preferred lawyer. We'll do an argument pertaining to that particular plot. We go with the technology, and that is more about like the government of Kenya has introduced. You can do a search very easy when you go to land registry, and also to us we embrace for the technology. So when we are doing the market, for us to reach you, we are all over on social media, and also we do one-on-one marketing. The challenge which we normally face is
kilometers of Namanga Highway through KG University.
Each plot has its own freehold title deed. The price is inclusive of title deed transfer. We offer free daily site visit at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
We are located in Kitengela, Moigai Estate, a fracture building, 2nd floor.
Welcome to Leeward Enterprises Limited, a vision for your property.
Hello, dear investors. How are you today?
This is Leeward Enterprises Limited.
Are you looking for a ready-to-build 50 by 100 plots?
Then Vision Garden Phase 2, a place to be. It's strategically located 3.8 kilometers off Namanga Highway through KG University.
Each plot has its own freehold title deed. The price is inclusive of title deed transfer. We offer free daily site visit at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
We are located in Kitengela, Moigai Estate, a fracture building, 2nd floor.
Welcome to Leeward Enterprises Limited, a vision for your property.
Karibu tena mtazamaji wangu. Ni ndani ya Top Prime Media. Tumeweza kuwa na gumzo papa na pale, na tukauliza what are some of the effects of kuweka social media mapenzi pale na kuinvolve social media kwa mapenzi ama mapenzi yako. Tukauliza is it good or bad? Lakini mimi nimekwambia kwamba it depends utachukulia vipi na ni magani ambayo utaweza kuweka pale kwenye social media. Mawangu mmoja akaniambia kwamba ukiweka pale kwenye social media, don't start what you cannot maintain. Kwa hivyo jua ya kwamba kama unampost kisha wewe pia hiyo wakati wa shida pia posti shida zenu. Iposti pia, acha kutupa encouragement hapa ya bure, na tunajua ya kwamba tunaweza kuwa tuko Vietnam papa. Tunaweza kuwa usiku ni Vietnam, sisi hapo tunapoona maybe tunaona sisi mko swari na kila kitu kiko sawa and all that. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri tuweze kujua ya kwamba tujue ukipost jua ya kwamba there's everything will come with maintenance. Kama huwezi maintain basi jua ya kwamba hayo sio mapenzi mazuri sana. If you cannot maintain, then know that ni wewe utajua jinsi ya kuyaweka pale kwenye social media. Kwa hivyo keep safe and keep your relationship safe, because utakuwa na ile strain. Watu wametuzoea lakini hawajui chenye napitia. Sisi ni umetuonyesha hayo. Sisi hatuyajui yenye mnapitia. Kwa hivyo wewe kama wewe umeweza kuweka social media involve social media kwa mapenzi yako, jua jinsi ya kuyagharamikia. Kwa hivyo maana maybe utakuja siku moja ukue very busy for a whole month ama for a week ukose kumpost and she's like, is this the man that I married? Ama huu ni mwana mke gani ambaye nilioa? Because they say that habit is second to nature. Kwa hivyo ambacho nakifanya wewe is like it's second to nature. Kwa hivyo ni wewe ujue ya kwamba what you start you have to maintain it. Chenye unaanza ama chenye unaanzisha lazima ujue kukimaintain. Na kila kitu kinakujanga na fees. Inakujanga na fee ya kuimaintain. Kwa hivyo know what to post pale. Kama wewe ni ule mtu it's better you fail to post it but you are doing well with your person than posting every time you are doing well, good morning and all that, but in the real time ama in the real life, wowe hatuwezi yasema. Ukiambiwa yasimulia ambayo yamekufanyikia wewe, siku moja tu sisi tunaangalia, baadaye tukuje tusikie fulani wameachana. Kwa nini? Na tulikuwa tunawaona wanaendelea vizuri kwenye social media. Ndio maana hapo ndio utajua la hasha, hapo hayajafanya vizuri, hapo kulikuanga tunachochwa, hapo kulikuanga na karate, na tulikuanga maybe na ekelea vitu kama hizo. Kwa hivyo ni mama ambayo usikimbie sana, usiyakimbilie sana aso. Na nimekuambia kwamba most of the things that we see with couples pale social media, ukiangalia vizuri ama ukienda uangalie vizuri kwenye the real life yao, utacheka sana. Utauliza kwamba hapa kwa nini nimekuja Vietnam? Kwa nini? Mambo ambayo wewe unayaona, kuna vita, kuna wewe unafaa kufanya hivi, wewe unafaa kufanya hivi, mimi siwezi fanya ile, wewe fanya ile. Kuna hayo migogoro pale, lakini social media inatudanganya, tunatuambia love is very good. Na sasa nikwambia kwamba love is beautiful. Na love is very sweet when you are watching from outside. Acha uingie pale ndio utajua. Sio maneno yangu hayo, lakini kuna moja alisema love is beautiful and very sweet when you are watching from outside. Ngoja uingie pale ndio utajua kumbe la hasha, hayo sio ambayo nilikuwa nayajua, haya sio ambayo nilikuwa nayaambiwa ama nilikuwa nayaona. Kwa hivyo jua ya kwamba na ujue ni magani wewe ambayo unafaa kuweka pale. Kwa hivyo wewe jejue, wewe sasa utajitambua na ujue mimi haya sitayaeka ndani ya Top Prime Media. We go for a short commercial break. Ningependa kusikia maoni yako kwenye Top Prime Media socials at Top Prime Media, ukiwa nami hapa John Mwadown, kijana ambaye nilikwambia najua kwa mgangana upo hali wali mkavu, na hata wewe kula wali mkavu utakaja mvungoni nishati ainame. Hata kama hakuna kitanda inama, chimba chini wende hiyo God. Kwa hivyo the bora fit nilikwambia ni kusapotiana, we support each other, we rise together and we do wonders together. Ndani ya Top Prime Media tukirejea ni kumada saa 3:15 hasa za Afrika Mashariki. Tukirudi ni kumalizia wiki, kumalizia show na kukwambia goodbye and thank you for your support. Kwa hivyo tukirejea ni mengi zaidi na kujuza ambayo pia yameweza kujiri, na tuweze kufanikiwa pamoja, tuweze kujiburudisha pamoja.
Yeah, that means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Muigai, Ephrata building, 2nd floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This plot project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Kapiti station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Muigai, Ephrata building, 2nd floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This plot project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. you just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months.
Back on air, ukiwa ndani ya Top Media. Good morning, asubuhi njema sana Mungu ameweza kutupa. Tunamalizia kwenye mjadala wetu wa siku ya leo. Kwa hivyo ndani ya Top Media tunauliza, baada ya kufanya haya yote, nimekuambia jua ya kwamba jinsi yako ya maintain, baada ya kufanya hizi zote shughuli 1 2 3 kwenye social media, know how to maintain it. Jua jinsi ya ku maintain what you've started. Kwa hivyo ni ndani ya Top Media nimekuambia, this is the app of authentic vibes. Lazima tuweze kukuletea ambayo yameweza kujiri kwenye socials zetu. Keep in touch with us on our socials at Top Media Top Media, na kisha kwenye tovuti yetu www.topremedia kwa habari na burudani.co.ke. Kwa hivyo Top Media tunakuletea mambo ambayo yameweza kutokea, ambayo yamejiri. Kwa hivyo keep in touch with us na uweze kutembelea tovuti yetu na uweze kuandamana nasi kwenye safari ya kuinuka pamoja ndani ya Top Media. Nimekuambia kwamba we have services kama tunavyo kuandalia pale: photography, videography, livestream. Ukiwa na event yako, to just make a call kwa namba ambayo inapita pale kwenye screen, na kisha ama ujumbe mfupi kwenye email topremedia@gmail.com. Kwa hivyo our services, they come with very good affordable prices, and kwa hivyo book us na tuweze kukuletea mambo mshwari, na tuweze kuleta live, tuweze kumake your event lively ndani ya Top Media. Umekuwa nami John Mwadon kwenye hii safari ya breakfast show. Siku ya leo Interactive Friday, umekuwa nami John Mwadon, kijana anayejua kwamba mgangana upo wali mkavu, mtakatifu mvunguni ni shati ainame. Hadi siku nyingine majaliwa, hapo ndipo tunatia kikomo kwenye Top Media Morning Breakfast Show, ukuwa nami John Mwadon. Kwa hivyo I drop the mic as John Mwadon on our morning breakfast show. Goodbye till next time.
Business company is to get that genuine land which will sell to you. So that is the most challenge. Once you are in Lewide, we have given a very smooth payment plan for your property. Once you do an agreement, you pay a deposit, which is 10%, then balance you pay within 12 months. And if you have failed to honor within that period, you can come on board, you discuss, and you extend your payment plan. Our vision is to make sure everybody who wants to invest will have a share of our land since 2017. So that is like 8 years. Yes. In this industry, if I was not a surveyor, I think things will not be as good as, because I face some challenges to some brokers. It's not a bad career, but it's a business. It's not a career, it's a business. If you have your objectives are okay with the real estate, well and good. Lewide Enterprise Limited, it's a company which it's going far, not only in Kenya, but also we are looking forward to invest in other, like East Africa. Our employees are very much dedicated to what they are doing. They do their job as required by the company mandates. Yes. They have a site visit at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we encourage you to come first we take you to site. After you choose your preferred property, then you negotiate from there. Hello everyone, my name is Lewis Somane, Director Lewis Enterprises Limited. Lewis Enterprises Limited is a real estate company, and we are located in Kitengela, Mwingai Estate, a flat house, second floor. We have several projects which are located in Kitengela, that is Kajiado County, and we have like Growing Gardens, Kisajo Gardens, Jerusalem Gardens, and many more. So I take this opportunity to welcome you to come and invest with us. Thank you. Welcome to Lewis Enterprises Limited. Yes, my name is Lewis Somane, Director Lewis Enterprises Limited, and Lewis Enterprises Limited is a real estate company. Yes, Lewis comes from the word Lewis. Actually, what makes this company to grow is only one thing: the generosity of our business. That is, we do very genuine job. We deliver to our customers, and we make sure we sell to you genuine property. Because me myself, I'm a land surveyor. So before we buy land, I do all my due diligence. So we make sure we sell to you something which is genuine. Yeah, we buy big land. We do subdivision into 50 by 100 plots. After that, we process the title deeds. They are in our names. Then when you come to our office, we take you to site visit. After site visit, if you are interested in that property, we give you a copy of the title deed. You take it to Kajiado, you do an official search. Then after that is when you come to our office, we do an agreement. Or we go to your preferred lawyer. We do an agreement pertaining to that particular plot. We go with the technology, and that is more about like the government of Kenya has introduced. You can do a search very easy when you go to land registry, and also to us we embrace for the technology. So when we are doing the market, for us to reach you, we are all over on social media, and also we do one-on-one marketing. The challenge which we normally face as land business company is to get that genuine land which will sell to you. So that is the most challenge. Once you are in Lewis, we have given a very smooth payment plan for your property. Once you do an agreement, you pay a deposit, which is 10%. Then balance, you pay within 12 months. And if you have failed to honor within that period, you can come on board, you discuss, and you extend your payment plan. Our vision is to make sure everybody.
All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Kapiti station, and not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Muigai, Ephrata building, second floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Kapiti station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Muigai, Ephrata building, 2nd floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Kapiti station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Muigai, Ephrata building, 2nd floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Kapiti station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever.
The health sector,
don't wait too long to invest.
Nutrition, social protection, water sanitation, and energy. The question is, does our national government, that's Kenya, prioritize these resources, or is just a matter of pumping the amounts of it's part of its budget? Or which sector or which aspect is majorly favored in this budget allocation? Is what we are doing at the county government reflects the best practices as we look across the globe? Is there a mismatch that needs to be linked up? So those are some of the things that as participants today will be interested in understanding whether that's being done and this implication on the children's health and basically status. Without going into much details, of course, I had made some things I had wanted to ask His Excellency the Governor, but he was gracious enough to tell me that I should reach out to him, either face him or email him. Key that I was going to ask, especially those at the county governments, the CECs, that as Kipra were focused on public policy research analysis. That's developing tools from which we could get regulations enacted
or which could guide our priorities. So we are calling upon the counties, the leadership of counties, to consider in their gracious way allocating some budget, be it 1% of their budget, to Kipra so that Kipra can come and provide capacity building in these important sectors. And we will not limit ourselves, of course, to the issues of children, but we'll go beyond that. So providing capacity so that the county governments are better positioned to intervene in matters of children health, among other things, would be a critical opportunity and a critical priority. So with those few remarks, my job was basically to welcome our PS to come and make his remarks. Then the director, of course, Elder, will provide the technical aspects of what's required. So at this point, I would like to invite the PS, Principal Secretary, State Department of Economic Planning, our boss, Dr. Boniface Barasa, to come and address the gathering. Thank you, Dr. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Before I start, I want to join the governor of Kisumu, who has just left, in condoling with the people of Kisumu for the loss, and by extension, Kenya. I believe there is a moment. Okay, thank you. I believe that the loss is very devastating to all of us, and we need to join in and mourn with those who are mourning. Having said that, I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of excellencies. If we have any governor or the representative, I also want to acknowledge the presence of my colleague PS Karen, members of Parliament, honorable members. I saw Honorable Atandi, senior government present, DGs, CEOs of parastatals, led by our own DGs, that is from Kipra and KNBS. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me a great pleasure and privilege to join you today at this important side event dubbed Financing Social Sector for Equity and Inclusion at Devolved Level, co-hosted by the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, and UN Women at the sidelines of this Devolution conference. Today, as we gather to elevate the debate on how better to finance social sectors, as we also launch two critical reports prepared by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, and these two reports are on the title Brighter Tomorrow, Breaking Cycles of Poverty for Kenya's Children, and the second report is on Women's Empowerment report. As you may be aware, the State Department for Economic Planning, of which I am in charge, is mandated to, among other functions, to manage the national statistics as well as undertake national census, economic and housing survey. The State Department undertakes this function through KNBS, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, whose key mandate is sector-specific data collection, report writing, and dissemination. It is within these confines that in the year 2024, KNBS, with the support of UNICEF and UN Women, initiated a study to provide the required evidence on social sector performance. Both the financial and non-financial indicators were dealt with. The study inspired by the need to monitor one of the core goals of devolution, promotion of physical equity and accelerating poverty reduction across all regions of the country. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, children are at the heartbeat of our nation's future. To secure that future, we must understand how they grow up and whether we truly meet their needs. The Brighter Tomorrows, Breaking Cycles of Poverty for Kenya's Children report draws data from the latest Kenya Demographic and Health Survey, that is of 2022, and applies the UNICEF's multiple overlapping deprivation analysis to provide a comprehensive picture of child vulnerability in Kenya today. The findings show that Kenya is home to 21 million children, of which they form 42% of the population. While notable gains have been made to ensure that child survival education protection is guaranteed, a significant proportion of Kenya's children continue to face poverty and nutrition, inadequate access to basic services, and other risks that threaten their well-being. More than half of Kenya's children are multidimensionally poor, experiencing deprivation in at least 3 dimensions of their well-being simultaneously. These disparities are stuck with children in rural areas being more than twice as likely to be multidimensionally poor compared to their urban counterparts. If you look at the percentages, they are 66% in the rural areas compared to 28% in the urban areas. The regional inequalities have persisted, with counties such as Mandera, Turkana, Samburu, and Wajir reporting deprivation rate exceeding 90%. While on the other hand, counties like Nairobi, Kiambu, and Nyeri have the lowest rates of this deprivation. This highlights the urgent need for targeted and equity-driven interventions. The report further shows that only a small fraction of children benefit from social assistance program. In fact, indicative findings from the physical incidence analysis reveals that poorer households receive less government spending on essential services, especially education and health. And this report was presented, I think, the other day by Kipra. A very detailed analysis was presented on this, so I believe we can also have opportunity to look at it. On the positive, the report highlights that early childhood development spending is a smart investment. It is worth investing in the young population as a priority to reduce inequality. Similarly, apart from the report on the children, the Women's Empowerment Report highlights also a critical but often overlooked fact. Women's empowerment is a necessity. Women's empowerment plays a vital role in advancing gender equality and driving sustainable development. Empowering women is not only a matter of equity, it is a powerful catalyst for social change as well as a strategic investment for child survival and development. And I want to remind us that that is why we have even a resolution from the UN, Resolution 1325 of the UN Security Council, that is specifically on matters to do with gender, where women empowerment is given a priority. The analysis of women's empowerment in Kenya report was based on data from the 2022 Kenya Demographic and Health Survey report. As established in the analysis, 40.6% of women in Kenya are considered empowered. Women in urban areas, those with a higher level of education, and those from the wealthier households tend to be more empowered, highlighting a significant disparities when you compare with those from the rural areas. The analysis also establishes a clear link between women empowerment and better outcome for their children's future. It was observed that empowered women are more likely to ensure their children receive essential services such as health and education. Thus, they are less likely to be multidimensionally poor. Specifically, when women have access to resources, decision-making power, and social support, their children thrive. And you will agree with me, and allow me to come to bring us back home here in Homa Bay. The governor is a woman, and us, people of Homa Bay, we are thriving. Ladies and gentlemen, these findings call for urgent action. I therefore echo the recommendations in the report, which include: 1, expand inclusive child benefits. Move towards universal systems that reach all vulnerable children. 2, improve access to health and nutrition, especially in poor and rural households, through immunization, food supplementation, and caregiver support. 3, reduce educational disparities by investing in infrastructure, teacher training, and inclusive education, particularly for children with disabilities. 4, strengthen child protection systems, including mobile birth registration and support for child-headed households. 6, build climate resilience by integrating child-focused adaptation into disaster preparedness and education system. And finally, promote women's empowerment as a cornerstone for child development through targeted social, economic, and policy intervention. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to UNICEF and the UN for their continued partnership and commitment to advancing children and women well-being in Kenya. Special thanks to KNBS team, KIPRA team, for the analysis and the production of the two reports. The evidence is clear. The time to act is now. Let us commit across government, development partners, and of course including civil societies, to ensure that every child in Kenya has the opportunity to thrive, and that every woman has the power to help them to do so. Thank you, and I wish you a fruitful deliberation. Santeni sana.
Let's give another round of applause. It is indeed the time to act. The time to act is now. With a few people behind us who are too scattered behind the the main dais, we're asking you to come forward. There's plenty of red seats, The people behind, please join us, because we're getting to the happiest moment that I'm going to announce in the next few minutes. Thank you so much, PS, for those kind words. Thanks so much for the recommendations. Thank you so much for even much more suggestions that we can consider as we move forward with financing social sectors for equity and inclusion, a side event that is brought to you by the UNICEF, UN Women, KIPRA, the KNBS, and the World Bank, with support from development partners that include the Coldad Hildad Foundation, the Podcast Foundation, the governments of Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, and United Kingdom. Indeed, we appreciate all the support. At this moment, we're about to launch two critical reports that two institutions led by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics have produced and supported by UNICEF and the UN Women. And I'm going to invite a few dignitaries to join the podium so that we can together take these into success. I want to invite the Director General, Dr. MacDonald Obudho of the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. He is the author and the lead of this publication. Karibu sana Daktari. PS, Kalin, please join. Gabi, this can't happen without you, and with all your support as well. We have the board chair as well. KIPRA has contributed a lot to this as well. Please welcome the board chair. We also have the acting ED. Please welcome. Did I see the CEO of NGC? This is about vulnerable populations as well. Please join. The UN Women representative, anyone representing the UN Women? Please come, yes, Dr. Ali. So that we can do this together, please come. Very good. And I hope you're enjoying the music at the background. That also gives us a minute or so to just wipe off the butterflies a little bit. At this moment, I want to invite the DG, Dr. MacDonald Obudho of the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, to speak a little, give a hook statement about the publication that we are about to launch. You can either use this podium or the microphone with you, whichever you're comfortable with. Doc, please. Okay.
Thank you so much, Paul, for the chance, and All protocols observed. Good morning. Now, from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics perspective, I'm really excited that we have gone this far, and we are at a point that we are now having 2 reports to launch. These 2 reports are actually coming from a data mining process, taking note of the fact that undertaking surveys would require a lot of resources, and once done, we do not just depend on the basic reports that are produced, and so we decided to go ahead together with a number of partners and supported by development partners to come up with the child vulnerability report together with the women economic empowerment report, so that we are able to see deeply what the data talks about. And it's also a question of triangulation of information, where we are able to get from different reports that are data that had been done earlier to help us get to where we are today. And it brings out a number of salient issues which should be addressed by the county governments, the national government, and all partners that are keen on the topic that we are dealing with today. And so from our end, it's a question of how well do you utilize that information that has been generated. 2, we get encouraged when we see progress made arising from data that we are producing. 3, we keep on updating the data that we are producing so that at any given time we have reliable information to utilize. And for that matter, we have heard of 2022 Kenya Demographic and Health Survey. I know continuing to do DHS in Kenya would require a different approach, having had USAID going off, and that was the main funding institution. But we have also made good progress to bring on board a number of partners to come up with what we call the mini DHS, which we are going to conduct this year. We are actually at the stage of doing the pilot, after which we'll now embark on the main exercise. We have Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation also coming in to support the process. And so we are confident that within the year, we'll be able to get fresh information related to the demographic and health survey. On top of that, we are also working on the Kenya Integrated Household Budget Survey, which has already taken off. We are on our third week of data collection, and we hope that in the next 1 year we shall be through with the data collection, so that we can now analyze the report, and that will also be very rich, and we'll be able to mine a lot of information on various aspects, including poverty. So I would want to stop it at that. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you. This is how we're going to start by launching the one on children, which is titled Right Futures, for children in Kenya 2025. We have a detailed report and a summary report here. So this is an easy to read. We represent the children as well. So something they can easily pick up themselves and read. And at this moment, on a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
the content of this organization cannot be realized without finances. Remember, the theme of this segment, finance social sectors for equity and inclusion. And therefore, the chair of the National Assembly Budget Committee, Mr. Honorable is here with us. Very well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to move to the second publication. This is another this publication. The chair will give you a comment to bring about the second publication. The children are holding that isn't it? And when it is the children, that's less copies. Okay. Very well. And on a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We down.
Women's empowerment in Kenya, developing a measure. The women's empowerment in Kenya, developing a measure. Thank you so much, the chief guests. Thank you so much, all the dignitaries, P.S. Karine, Gabby, Paul, Professor, the chair of KIPRA board, McDonald, the author and the lead author of this, Asante Sana, the CEO, National Gender and Equality Commission, who has a lot to do to monitor how these reports are implemented, the acting director, executive director, KIPRA as well, Dr. Simiyu as well, who provided all the technical support, everyone else who is seated with us. Thank you so much for being part of this historic moment when you are launching the 2 publications on reducing vulnerabilities among women and children. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You may take your seat. And now invite the guests to resume and take their positions. We thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, you okay? Okay. Thank you so much, the chief guests. Thank you so much, all the dignitaries. Thank you so much, UNICEF, UN Women, KIPRA, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics as well. Now, you may notice that the program that we have used is completely different from what we shared this morning or yesterday. I've learned vidu vijanganga, meaning that things can change anytime. It's for good reasons that some of the esteemed dignitaries and guests that were supposed to be in this forum had other engagements, very urgent engagements, and we had to adjust ourselves and understand, and please pardon us, and we ask you to understand the circumstance in which we were working on this morning. Now, we get back to the program, and there is a common saying by Edward Demings, a mathematician and a statistician: in God we trust, everyone must bring data. So at this particular moment, we are going to hear more about numbers. It's going to speak to the report that we have launched. It's going to speak to everything that has been spoken before by the various speakers who stood here, including His Excellency Professor Peter Nyang'nyong'o, and Gabby as well, the PS as well, and the chair of KIPRA board. And what Dr. MacDonald as well has alluded to. So at this moment, allow me to invite the Acting Executive Director of KIPRA to come and make a technical presentation, Daktari. And after that, we are going to have a panel that is going to reflect on her presentation. I invite you to take keen interest and attention to her presentation. I truly believe she has made it very simple for us to understand. Karibu sana, Daktari.
We proceed with the presentation, and this is work that has been done with support from the various institutions, right from the support from our State Department for Economic Planning, UNICEF, UN Women, World Bank, KIPRA, KNPS, and other institutions. Why invest in people? As we have been told right from the beginning, Kenya is one of the lucky nations, whereby over 75.1% of our population is aged 0 to 34 years. And we know that going forward, most of the people who are going to work, not only in Kenya, but in the world, are coming from Africa. Hence, if we have to sustain our development, we need to look at how do we invest in the key sectors that relate to social protection and also that relate to national disparities that have to be addressed. When we look at the analysis that has been done, we find that from the Women Development Index, and also the fiscal incidence analysis, and also the analysis on the financial spending for the period from 2013 up to 2024, the analysis shows that as a nation, we need to put more emphasis and more effort on how we finance the sectors that are driving the economy. And here, the social sectors are quite important because as the GDP has expanded from 2014 up to 2022, the levels of poverty have not declined in the equal measure. Further, there is disconnect in terms of the inequalities across the regions and also across the counties. The dimensions that drive the spending and also that lead to the deprivations that we see relate to the following. First, the dimensions where children are most deprived are in sanitation, housing, water, and also in the living conditions. The analysis shows that where we have low levels of nutrition, we have low levels of well-being, which then means higher levels of deprivation. The other indication we have from this analysis is that multidimensional poverty levels increased between 2024 and 2025. The arid and semi-arid counties, where counties like Mandera, Turkana, Tana River had higher levels of poverty and multidimensional deprivations. We have hidden drivers of deprivations among children, and this relates to the level of education of the mothers. We also have the levels of persons with disabilities, whereby if a child is in a household where we have a person with disability or a mother with a low level of education, those have higher chances of being deprived.
We also find that only 40.6% of Kenyan women are empowered, with major gaps by location, wealth, education, and also the marital status. The rural areas have higher levels of deprivation because in urban areas and also where we have women with higher income and more educated persons, then we have lower levels of deprivation. When it comes to health spending by category, and here we are looking at health, water, sanitation, and hygiene, it is quite evident that as a nation, these are sectors that we need to invest more so that we are able to reduce the disparities and deprivations that we are experiencing. When it comes to education, and here we have analyzed the pre-primary education and areas of social protection, it is evident that as a nation, we need to spend more in the foundations and the needs of children right from the early years, because they've been found to have more benefits and better outcomes even at higher education and also at tertiary levels. In social protection, here it is to counter the effects of deprivations, and for counties and regions to catch up, then this is an area of intervention so that we are able to get those who have been left behind to catch up with those who are ahead, and that's why most of the programs like the Inua Jamii comes in very handy. Under nutrition has a share of spending, as well as nutrition spending as a percentage of GDP, we find that the curve has flattened. What then that means is, despite the importance of spending on nutrition, the level of prioritization is still very low, and this is an area where we are advocating for more investments so that we are able to break the cycle of poverty and also improve human capital development in totality and eliminate any inequalities that come along with low nutrition and related deprivations, as well as putting more emphasis on education, health, and child development. The analysis further shows that when we spend less in the lower levels of schooling, it has long-term effects in the higher levels of education. This is because the children who are not covered in pre-primary education, for instance, they will not be able to progress to higher education, and hence, when we are spending in higher education, the people who will benefit at that level are from the higher income groups who will have managed to have their children go through the full cycle, right from the pre-primary, primary, secondary, all the way up to tertiary education. Then what is the call for action from this work? The first call for action is to invest in early childhood development for inclusive growth. And this covers right from the first 1,000 years of development to pre-primary, primary, secondary, and ensuring that as our young people graduate from education, they are able to link to employment, and the systems for transition from schooling to employment, which also relates to empowerment, have to be strengthened both at national and county levels. The second call for action is to expand social protection to reduce child poverty and build human capital for the nation and ensure that no one is left behind. Finally, we need to continue mobilizing more resources for social protection and also the social sectors so that we are able to have inclusive social transformation for our nation that fuels economic development and sustained growth. Thank you.
Wow. Let's give her a round of applause. We can do better than that. I can hear you. Dr. Elda Onsomu, she is the acting executive director for KIPRA. And the numbers we have and the story is narrated. We are getting into an important session where we are going to have a reflection on what Dr. Elda has presented, a reflection on what the other speakers have presented to us. And at this moment, allow me to get into that session. We're going to have a few speakers who are going to, or a panel. I'm going to invite them, and you'll join me in welcoming them onto the stage so that they can reflect and give us a few thoughts. The first one is CPA PS Karine Agengo. She is the Principal Secretary at the State Department for Children's Services under the Ministry of Gender. Please join me in welcoming Madam PS Karine to the floor. I presume that the full bio and profile shall be screening and printing onto the wall. Karibu sana PS. You may take the front, one of these, the center. Okay. Thank you so much. The next is Madam Mendi Jonjo. She is the director of KCB Foundation. Please join me in welcoming Madam Mendi Jojo. Karibu sana, Madam Mendi. We had invited the World Bank as well. They are not able to join us because of various reasons. And so we pass the apologies to the participants who are present in here. We had also invited an expert from public policy. He's a public policy specialist. Due to unavoidable circumstances, he had to travel yesterday back to Nairobi, but had presented and prepared his responses to the questions that we had wanted to ask him. And therefore, I'm going to invite Madam Wangoi Karanja, who is the chief of UNICEF Kisumu Field Office. She's going to be reading the responses of that specialist, and therefore we cannot direct questions to her. She can only take comments, and she can take them back to the author of the responses. Let's give them another round of applause. Okay, we may begin, and I'm going to start by a few questions. Some of the questions will be preceded by a commentary or a statement to put things into the context. So that will take some time, but I will ask all the panelists to take note of their questions and then take a moment and move on to the reflections. I'll start with the CPAPS. I'm careful about the pronunciation of her first name. She reminds me, Karine. Now, given the significant number of children who live in multidimensional poverty, about 55% actually, equivalent to 12 million children, what specific programs is the government of Kenya implementing
to caution the most vulnerable children? That will be my first question. Allow me to take you to the second question, is that fair? And then you put it all together because they are somewhat related. I'll start with a hook statement. The government of Kenya made a commitment to expand the coverage of households receiving cash transfers to 2.5 million by 2027. So far, the government has done very well by reaching 1.7 households in 2025 and indeed meeting the target for the period. However, children are not adequately covered. The government midterm plan target is reaching 741,000 children by 2027, with 2025 coverage being about 442,000 children. P.S. There is a gap. Okay. Our apologies, but we are good. Thank you. But P.S. there's a gap of about 299,000 orphans and vulnerable children that needs to be covered by 2027. With that statement, then I have two questions for you, PS. What plans does the government have to cover the 299,000 overseas gap by 2027? And then two, which is related to my first question, what measures is the government putting in place to ensure adequate financing for the coverage of children and sustaining the same in the long term? Karibu sana, Madam PS.
Thank you very much. And first of all, allow me to sincerely thank the KIPRA team together with the ministry for putting up a very good report that we have just launched, because this report is part of evidence that can help us in planning and budgeting for children. And I'm glad that we are having the chair of the budget committee in this discussion, because his office is critical when it comes to matters of budgeting for children. Now, looking at the statistics, that children form about 42% of our population. First of all, I want to say that the government has taken a critical step in establishing a department that is now taking care of children. You note that this department was not in place until this year in April. And so that is one step that the government has taken, having looked at the past surveys that have been done on matters affecting children and seen that we need to first establish an office that purely takes care of children. And that is one good step that I can say the government has done. Next, the government also appreciates that we have vulnerable children in this nation. And one significant program that the government has taken is to have a cash transfer for the orphans and vulnerable children, currently reaching 442,000, as you have indicated, as of 2025. And this program stabilizes various incomes for households, improving children's access to health, nutrition, and education. However, we note there is a gap, and I will be addressing that in the next question. So this program has seen great impact on the children, retaining the children in the schools, and allowing their caregivers to provide for their food. And it is hoped that with this program, we should be able to address the poverty that is affecting orphans and vulnerable children. In addition to the cash transfer, the government also has a nutritional improvement program through cash and health education. We are calling it Niche, and Niche is a cash plus program that has been already piloted in 5 counties based on statistics showing high poverty levels in these counties. And these are counties of Kitui, we have Marsabit, we have West Pokot, Turkana, and Kilifi. If you looked at the report that was just launched, these are the counties that are deeply affected by poverty. And so the first pilot was done in these counties through a cash plus transfer to be able to take care of mothers who are pregnant and also children who are below 36 months. Why below 36 months? Because this is the age where a child develops. And why pregnant mothers? That a child develops from the mother's womb. If you don't take care of the nutrition of the mother, by the time the child is born, the child's development will already be affected. Therefore, this program acknowledges that the development cycle of a child starts from when a child is conceived. And we are planning to roll out this program to additional counties, and the next phase will be 20 counties which have already been mapped based on the poverty index of these counties. Therefore, if you look at the report we have just looked at, the government is already focusing on an evidence-based approach to address the needs of the vulnerable. I also want to say that we are also looking at reaching at least 100,000 children with this program by 2027. And this will be able to address nutrition and also education of the mothers of the young children so that they use their local resources to improve on nutrition of these children. And that will have a multiplier effect when it comes to growth of children and consequently building our economy in the future. Through the Ministry of Education, the government also has put in place a school feeding program, and the chair of the budget committee here will confirm that this year the government has allocated 3 billion towards school feeding program, and this is mainly targeting again the ASAL region, because looking at again the statistics we've just seen, this is the area that is mostly affected, and also informal settlements in the urban centers. So this will enhance school attendance, because you saw education is one of the key areas that where vulnerable children are mostly affected. So there will be increased school attendance, and also food will ensure cognitive development for food insecure children. In addition to that, the government also has in place a presidential bursary program, and this is targeting 22,300 needy learners in the secondary schools, especially children from the vulnerable families and mainly orphans. And one thing I want to say about this program is to ensure the school transition into the secondary school, and also retention of these children in the secondary school. My comment on the issue of bursary, and it is one thing that we can deliberate on, that we do have various sources of disbursing the bursaries. We have the counties dispersing bursaries, we have the Ministry of Education, we have the CDF, and we do also have the presidential bursary. So my suggestion, as we are discussing today, that we need to have one single point, because we have targeted the vulnerable group. We have a system in place where we have a children officer all the ground to the sub-county level who are able to identify the vulnerable groups through the chiefs. And therefore, if we use one system for disbursing this bursary, we'll be able to create a greater impact, and also it will ensure accountability is enhanced when it comes to bursary. So that is one thing that I would pass to especially the chair of the budget committee, and also our various institutions when it comes to even amending the laws to provide for one channel for disbursing the bursaries. Now, the government, recognizing that we also do have homeless families, has put in place Street Families Rehabilitation Trust Fund to take care of children living in the streets, and this fund ensures these families are rescued from the streets, rehabilitated and reintegrated back to the society. And this is one successful program where since 2018 we established, there were about 46,000 300 street families have been reintegrated back to the society, while additional 20,000 are ongoing rehabilitation. It's a process that requires a lot of engagement, supporting these families through psychosocial support to bring them on board to accept that they can go back to the society. Therefore, this is also one key area, because anybody living in the streets is a vulnerable person. In addition, the government also has established a system for tracking vulnerable children, be it children in the emergencies. We do have what we call the Child Protection Information Management System that can track and locate where a child in need of danger or in emergency situations is rescued. And we monitor through data tracking and giving support in cases of emergencies like floods and fires. And this is also a system that helps in dealing with vulnerability when it comes to children. And the last program that I would like to talk about is we are rolling out this financial year a program to address adolescents, because we have established that there's a problem of teenage pregnancy in this nation. 15% of our girls are exposed to teenage pregnancy, and therefore through our Kenya Socio-Economic Inclusion Program, we are rolling out a program in the near 3 months on teenage pregnancies. This is a partnership we are having with the World Bank, and we are hoping, again, we are targeting Samburu, Marsabit, Turkana, Migori, Bungoma, Kilifi, Tana River, Wajir, Mandera. Why I want to mention these are areas that we have established the high prevalence of teenage pregnancy, and we shall escalate this to cover about 60,000 adolescents, with a view of giving them first an opportunity to go back to school, to enhance their education, and also giving psychosocial support when it comes to mental health, and also giving them life skills so that they can be economically empowered. You saw the report, when a woman is empowered, the child is also empowered, and poverty rate will come down. So those are the programs that the government is doing to support the vulnerable society.
Thank you so much, Madam PS. I've counted like 6 interventions. Interesting. And we hope that those interventions are going to cover the gap of in excess of 299,000 OVCs. Now, I turn to Mendy Jojo. She's the director of KCB Foundation. And Mendy, Kenya's constrained fiscal space is currently constrained by the shrinking donor funding that has been instrumental in financing some of the key programs. The Kenya's net official development assistance and official aid received in 2022 was about 2.73 billion US dollars, a decrease from 3.18 billion US dollars and 4.22 billion US dollars received in 2021 and 2020 respectively. Now, with this shrinking official development assistance, rising debt obligations, and persistent poverty among children and vulnerable communities, the need for innovative, sustainable, and inclusive financing strategies is urgent. Philanthropy, and that's a background that you have when I read your profile, especially the homegrown like KCB Foundation, will increasingly need to play a stronger role in supporting local government, and I trust and believe you agree with me. I have two questions for you, Madam Medi. What specific factors could be put in place for philanthropy like KCB Foundation to expand the footprint in supporting service delivery and development in Kenya? And two, given that decline in official development assistance, in your view, what innovative financing mechanisms do you think Kenya can adopt to promote domestic resource mobilization to sustainably fund social sectors like health, education, social protection, and many others that fall within the social sector spectrum? Over to you, Madam Medi.
Thank you for your question. Good morning, everyone. So you are indeed right that aid is in decline. Anyone who's been watching what's been happening with USAID as well as other donors, we know that we're in a world where a lot of the philanthropic capital that has been flowing towards social services is on the decline. And one of the things that has also become very clear to anyone who's in this space is that this is an opportunity not just to try and do the same thing with less, but to really rethink how it is that we deploy and use capital. So to answer your question, some of the ways that KCB Foundation, as well as also indeed the KCB group has been looking at this issue, is around how do we have philanthropic capital being used as catalytic capital. So how do we have this finance that is primarily grants or primarily developmental in nature? How do we use it to spur either private sector or public sector capital in the country? And one of the most exciting things when we talk about social services, when we talk about things like ending multidimensional poverty, one of the most exciting things that can happen is if we look at counties as the engines for which jobs are going to be created in the country. And we all know that one of the biggest gateways towards achieving a lot of our socioeconomic rights is really the ability to have a job. So some of the exciting things that have been happening in this space involve the public sector meets private sector partnerships that spur job creation at the county level. And one of the most recent things that really speaks towards this work is joint investment as well as delivery platforms that support county level job growth, as I said. And it helps if you think of this in three things. In terms of one of the things we're very clear about is that we have to finance the workforce. And counties are stepping forward to do this thing where they are partnering with, for instance, KCB Foundation to make sure that they put in matching funds. KCB Foundation puts in matching funds to make sure that we're able to rekit as well as to retool the workforce, and not just the workforce of today, but also the workforce of the future. Beyond that, the other thing that counties are also doing is partnering with private sector. So in this case, let me say KCB Bank, to make sure that when it comes to enterprise development, we're able to really have counties putting funds primarily through the Fund Management Act that was passed that allows counties to set up MSME funds to support the enterprises in their counties. So through this, you're being able to see how public sector meets private sector is able to really spur the growth as well as the development and the catalyzing of enterprises in the county. And the third thing that is really most exciting in terms of what the counties can also leverage on is the ability to have value chain or ecosystem development in their counties, where let's say your CIDP identifies 5, 6 priority value chains. What has been happening is where private sector comes in to really leverage on these opportunities and work with the counties end-to-end financing. So for instance, KCB Bank does this. You're then now able to see job creation, you're able to see workforce creation, and you're also able to see enterprise development. And if I was to summarize in terms of the three things that are perhaps important to take home with you, is that when you leverage on philanthropic capital as catalytic capital, you're then now able to deliver large scale as well as very visible economic development in your counties. The other thing is you're also then now able to leverage private sector capital alongside county budgets as well as also what development partners may have. And thirdly, you're able to create durable jobs, you're able to create thriving local economies as well as local industries without having to reinvent the wheel. So in summary, this is around jobs now. So being able to co-invest in skills and job placements that really match the county ambitions. It's also around money that moves. So being able to have end-to-end financing for value chain, so from production as well as market, and then growth with market. So we're talking about MSMEs that are backed with capital, technical assistance, and guaranteed buyers. And ultimately, the hope is, or the plan is, when you have jobs in the county, thriving MSMEs in the counties, multidimensional poverty becomes now something that is eradicated because we're now looking at multidimensional opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's no longer alternative financing, it's mainstreaming philanthropic sources of resources and finances into the public sector funding systems. Thank you so much, Madam Medi. I want to remind you the disclaimer that the next speaker is going to respond on behalf of the private sector, but she doesn't come from the private sector. And my question goes to you, Wangui Karanja. You have already prepared responses for the purposes of record and the audience as well. Kenya is facing a paradox of expanding spending needs and a reduced physical space to provide essential services like health, education, social protection, and water. Debt is taking a large portion of ordinary revenue, with about 6 out of every 10 shillings collected being spent on debt repayment. The public wage take about 25% of our annual budgets, and this means that the government must partner more with the private sector and seek innovative, or what we call alternative finance, to provide services. Now, Kenya seems to be performing better in PPPs, that is public-private partnerships on infrastructure and energy, but with lesser success on PPPs in social sectors like health, education, and social protection. So I have two questions that I would like you to address for the panelists to benefit from your thoughts on what potential exists for the government of Kenya to tap more on PPPs in social sectors like health, education, or any other subcomponent of social protection or social sector you may want to address. And two, from a private sector perspective, what are some of the factors that the government of Kenya could put in place to attract more private sector partnership and financing for social sectors? Over to you, Madam Wangui.
Thank you, moderator and esteemed panelists. As mentioned, I'm reading this response on behalf of Anthony Mwangi, who was not able to be with us. So, as a representative from the private sector, particularly from the vibrant ecosystem of micro, small, and medium enterprises that form the backbone of Kenya's economy, I am delighted to contribute to this discussion on financing social sectors amid fiscal challenges. To set the stage, let's begin with a high-level overview of Kenya's success in public-private partnerships within the social sectors. While Kenya has excelled in infrastructure, energy PPPs, we are seeing a growing momentum in health, education, social protection, and WASH. And some examples follow here. In health, the National Equipment Services Project has recently been launched. This initiative aims to equip hospitals throughout Kenya with state-of-the-art diagnostic and treatment technologies, ensuring their accessibility to all Kenyans. In July 2025, launch of a PPP at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospitals, College of Health Sciences, revolutionizing medical training, fostering skilled healthcare professionals. This innovation project aims to address the critical shortage of health workers in Kenya by providing modern and well-equipped facilities for quality education, training, and student well-being. In education, July 2025 launched PPP at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospitals, College of Health Sciences, revolutionizing medical. Okay, I think that is repeated. 1 second, please. Yes, that is repeated. So I'll move to WASH and social protection. According to water.org, Kenya, with a population of 54 million, 15 million Kenyans lack access to safe water and 37 million lack access to safe toilets. Growing water demand and water scarcity have become a notable challenge in Kenya. Climate change and population growth, urbanization, water pollution, and poor management of water resources have aggravated the issue of water crisis, which affects economic activities, food security, and education, as well as health. Now, addressing the first question, what potential exists for the government of Kenya to tap more into PPPs in these social sectors? The untapped potential is immense, especially if we broaden our view of private sector beyond large corporations to include MSMEs. MSMEs constitute over 90% of Kenya's businesses, contribute to 40% of GDP, and generate 80% of new jobs. These enterprises are often innovative startups and community-based firms, bringing agility and local relevance that formal PPPs sometimes lack. Rather than focusing solely on big-ticket projects under the PPPs Act of 2021, the government of Kenya should embrace a broader partnership perspective, including hybrid and informal models that drive outcomes in health, education, social protection, and WASH. Some examples of these: food for education, which is in the education and health sectors. There are scalable models partnering with county governments, parents, private donors to deliver nutritious meals to over 500,000 children daily across 15 counties in 1,900 schools. This boosts attendance by 10%, enrollment by 20% in some areas, and national exam performance. Addresses child multidimensional poverty. Chiporobo Center is another example. This is under education. A startup co-founded in 2023 collaborates with public high schools to enhance STEM education via robots and AI training. It has impacted over 10,000 schools in the last 2 years, scaling to 100,000 through partnerships with Microsoft Africa Development Center and Ekitabu. Currently, 100 students are in boot camp at Microsoft ADC, fostering innovation and employability. These models, outside the formal PPP framework, show how MSMEs can integrate with public entities for great impact, potentially mobilizing billions in alternative financing while aligning with SDGs like no poverty and education and quality education. There's also Synergy. Synergy is in the WASH sector. Kenya faces significant challenges in sanitation, with Synergy reporting that the country loses 2% of its GDP annually due to illness-related productivity losses. At current pace, achieving complete sanitation coverage could take 150 years. Synergy offers non-sewered sanitation solutions for urban residents that are 5 times more affordable than traditional sewer systems. In social protection, there are hybrid approaches like social impact bonds, Kutai payments to verified poverty reduction. Village Enterprise DIB in Kenya and Uganda lifted household assets by 13.5% to over 13,800 people. These illustrate how PPPs, hybrids with philanthropy and impact investors can accelerate Kenya's progress, especially for 12 million children in poverty. Turning to the second question, from a private sector perspective, what factors could the government of Kenya put in place to attract more partnerships and financing? Number one, streamline regulations beyond the formal PPP framework, include flexible incentives to MSMEs. Examples of this is tax breaks on social investments, viability gap funding for outcome-based models, expedited approvals via PPP Directorate's Project Facilitation Fund, which will reduce timelines from months to weeks. Number two, enhance risk sharing through blended finance. Public grants de-risk projects for private players. And examples of these are Ghana's WASH initiatives, which mobilized 50 million euros. Number three, build capacity and dialogue platforms, expand ministerial stakeholder forums to involve MSMEs in co-designing initiatives, ensuring transparency and corruption-free procurement. To prioritize impact. Number four, prioritize impact metrics over inputs, adapt an SIB-like structure where payments reward results, attracting philanthropies like KCB Foundation and investors seeking SDGs.
Second floor.
Wacha niwaulize swali ya watu ya Malaba. Mnataka tukuje Malaba ama tukae kwetu? Tukuje Malaba.
Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This plot project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Capita Station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Mugai, Ephrata building, 2nd floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This plot project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Capita Station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Mugai, Ephrata building, 2nd floor. champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This plot project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready individual title deeds, give you full ownership security. And as you see, this area is well developed. We have all social amenities on site. We have electricity already on site. We have water, and just 800 meters from here we have the SGR Kapiti station. And not to forget the major growth of development of this area, which is the KCA University. It's located just 2 kilometers from here. That means your investment will appreciate faster than ever. Don't wait too long to invest. Book a site visit with us today. We are located in Kitengela, Mugai, Ephrata building, 2nd floor. Good day, champions of smart investments. Wekeza is here, and today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our hottest deals in KCA Phase 7 plots. This plot project is subdivided into 50 by 100, each going for 450,000 Kenyan shilling. You just need to pay a deposit of 45,000, then balance pay comfortably within 12 months. All these plots come with ready
social sectors for equity and inclusion, brought to you by UNICEF, the World Bank, NBS, and the UN Women. And we are so grateful that you have received quite a lot of information from this session. Our apologies, we couldn't have opened this to the plenary so that you could ask questions, but we're encouraging you, if you have any comments, any concerns, any questions, please forward those to the technical team, whether it is COG, whether it is UNICEF, whether it is myself, and we'll be able to collate all those, put them together, and respond to you. We come to the end of this session, and allow me to invite Wangoi Karanja, who is the chief of the UNICEF Kisumu Field Office, to give a vote of thanks, and from there, she'll direct us what next. Asante sana. Karibu, Madam Wangoi Karanja.
Thank you. So I will ride on the protocols that had been mentioned this morning, but good morning to all the delegates in the room. We've come to the close of this powerful and insightful session, and I trust that we will take a moment to reflect on the rich discussions that we've had this morning from our esteemed panelists, from those who spoke, from Governor Nyong'o, who left us a little bit earlier. We've heard about the compelling evidence and perspectives on urgent need to strengthen financing for social sectors, particularly health, nutrition, education, child protection, and social protection at a devolved level. The call to action was very clear. If equity and inclusion are to be achieved, we must invest smarter, guided by data, driven by the lived experiences and realities of our communities. The solutions are within reach. I think very quickly to summarize that, we need to invest in the early childhood development for inclusive growth, expand social protection programs to reduce child poverty and build human capital in Kenya, enhance intergovernmental coordination and financing synergies to expand fiscal space to accelerate poverty reduction, particularly for children, women and youth, and persons with disabilities. So let's take these resolutions forward with renewed commitment and urgency. And on behalf of UNICEF and our co-organizers, KIPRA, the World Bank, UN Women, I want to extend our deepest gratitude to all who have made this session a success, our distinguished panelists and speakers, the PA State Department for Economic Planning, Acting KIPRA Executive Director, Dr. Elda, our Chief of Social Policy, Dr. Gabi, PS Welfare Social Services, Karen, His Excellency Governor Nyong'o, Ms. Mendi Njonjo,
Anthony Mwangi in absentia. Thank you for your leadership, your rich contributions, and your unwavering dedication to inclusive development. Our moderator, Paul Kuria, thank you so much. Thank you for you skillfully guiding the conversation and ensuring everybody's voice was heard. Our development partners, Conrad Hilton Foundation, Porticus Foundation, the government of Netherlands, Norway and Sweden, and the United Kingdom, thank you for your continued support and solidarity, and also to the delegates in the room and those who joined online. Thank you for your engagement, your well, there were no questions, unfortunately, but our commitment, I know there'll be joint commitment to take some of these important matters, issues, points discussed forward. Thank you very much. Also to the technical team, the organizers, we thank you for providing this great space and for supporting the event to ensure that we can deliver messages that inform actions that change lives and save children. I hope I leave here, we all leave here informed and inspired, and that no child, no woman, no community will be left behind. Thank you very much, and good morning.
Asanteni sana, and we come to the end of our side event. We welcome the band to take it up from there. Thank you so much. May you have a lovely Friday and safe journey back home. Thank you.
Ukaguzi wa mitambo, sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check. Ukaguzi wa mitambo, ukaguzi wa mitambo, ukaguzi wa mitambo, sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check, sound, sound check, sound check, ukaguzi wa mitambo. Engineer unipandishie, pandisha, pandisha. Sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check.
Ndio nimezima. Juu kuna static zote mbili. No. Phantom side yako kwa. Somali, just confirm for me. Sasa sumizimie. Sio wapi confirm. Sasa nijoleza tu. Tutambe. Bob mtoa phantom. Bob back kwa mixer. Usuta kwa mixer, kwa mixer. Haya, mtoa phantom 48 volts. Haina 48 volts. Haya, kwanza na side gani inapata signal? Hai. Zote mbili ziko na side. Yaani maspecial na plug. Ndio vitu ziko na push. Kumita phantom, saya na phantom. Tuka mixer. Rudi mbio. Rudi mbio.
Sound check.
No phantom. Sasa unajua yeye niko na battery. Yes, so phantom nishazima.
Check 2.
to invest, we'll have a share of our land since 2017. So that is like 8 years. Yes. In this industry, if I was not a surveyor, I think things will not be as good as, because I face some challenges to some brokers. It's not a bad career, but it's a business. It's not a career, it's a business. If you have your objectives are okay with real estate, well and good. Leeward Enterprise Limited, it's a company which it's going far, not only in Kenya, but also we are looking forward to invest in other, like East Africa. Our employees are very much dedicated to what they are doing. They do their job as required by the company mandates. Yes. When they have a site visit at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we encourage you to come first, take you to site. After you choose your preferred property, then you negotiate from there. Hello everyone, my name is Lewis Muims Omane, Director, Leeward Enterprises Limited.